Hello everyone, this is Gracie here. In this video, we will continue with the problems of contract costing, problem number 4.4. The following were the expenses on your contract which commenced on 1st January 2015. Materials purchased 1,10,000, material at the end 1,250, direct wages 15,000, plant issued 5,000, direct expenses 8,000. The contract price was rupees 1,50,000. It was duly received when the contract was completed on 30th September 2015. Charge indirect expenses at 15% on wages and provide rupees 1,000 for depreciation on plant. Prepare the contract account and contractees account. So as we have prepared a contract account, the first step is we will look into the expenses and record it, and the other outputs and the incomes what has been gained by the contract or the contract price will be recorded in your credit side. So materials purchase 1,10,000. So we will prepare a contract account for the year ending 31st December 2015. So to materials purchased 1,10,000, to direct wages 15,000, plant issued 5,000, direct expenses 8,000 has been recorded. Next, direct expenses, direct wages, then plant issued of 5,000 has been recorded. Next, your adjustment. The contract price was rupees 1,50,000. It was duly received and the contract was completed on 30th September 2015. So the contract price was received on 1,50,000. So which has been stated here. So by contractee's account. So who's paying it? It's a contractee is paying. So he is the owner who's giving the contract to the contractor to run the contract. So the contractee is paying to the contractor. So the contract price, so by contract price, as we are receiving it as which is stated in the question, it was duly received when the contract was completed on 30th September 2015. So 1,50,000 is been received. Next, what is the other adjustment is charge indirect expenses at 15% on wages and provide 1,000 for depreciation. So we add direct expenses. So they have asked us to charge indirect expenses, which is 15% on wages. So how much is your wages in the question? 15,000. So 15,000 on 15,000, 15% will give you 2,250. So you have taken your plant, you have taken your direct wages, uh, you have taken your materials, and you have taken your indirect expenses as well. So plant issued is 5,000. They have charged depreciation, or they have asked us to provide depreciation of 1,000 rupees. So material issued at the beginning of the year is 5,000. At the end of year, by plant at the end of the year, so the initial value of the asset is 5,000 minus 1,000 the depreciation, which will give you 4,000. So 4,000 is the value of the asset. So now uh, the total materials, direct wages and direct expenses, indirect expenses and plant issued. If you look into your debit as well as credit items, your credit items as more value. Next, we have missed out buy materials at the end. So they've given here in the question buy materials at the end of the year, which is 1,250. So we will consider buy materials at the end 1,250. So the total of your credit items is more, which gives sums up to 1,55,250. So with this 1,55,250, we will minus all the expenses, that is materials, direct wages, expenses, indirect expenses, plant issued. So we will get a difference in your debit side as 15,000. Any difference in your debit side will be transferred to your profit and loss account. As here we will not use a calculation like of notional profit, because it is clearly stated it was duly received when the contract was completed. So the contract is completed within a year. So on 1st January 2015 it started, and 30th September 2015 it got end, and the contract price has been settled. So here there is no incomplete contract, or there is no work in progress. The contract is completed in the same year itself. So the entire profit is transferred to your profit and loss account. Next, they have asked us to prepare contactees account. So contactees account for the year ending 31st December 2015. So now what is the exact contract amount, which is contract price is 1,50,000. So to contract account 1,50,000, and we have received from the contractee 1,50,000. So by bank account in the form of cash we are receiving it. So by bank or cash account 1,50,000. So your contractee's account has been balanced. Note, as the contract is fully complete, the entire profit is transferred to your profit and loss account. So the next problem is problem 4.5. Tickter accepted a contract for the construction of a building for rupees 10 lakh. The contractee agreeing to pay 90% of work certified by the architect. During the 5 year, the amount spent were material 1,20,000, labor 1,50,000, machinery 30,000, other expenses 90,000. And at the end of the year, the machinery was valued at rupees 20,000 and materials at the site were of the value of rupees 5,000. Work certified during the year totaled rupees 4 lakh. In addition, and work in progress certified at the end of the year at a cost of 15,000. So work in progress not certified at the end of the year had costed at 15,000. Prepare a contract account in addition. Prepare a contract account in the books of Tickter. Also show the various figures of profit that can be reasonably transferred to the profit and loss account. So they have given us the adjustments and the expenses, and they have asked us to find out by using the various methods where you can transfer your profit to your profit and loss account. So now let us prepare our contract account. So here they have clearly stated Tickter accepted a contract for the construction of a building of rupees 10 lakh. The contractee agrees to pay 90% of the work certified by the architect. So in this problem they have given us work certified, so which is the work certified during the year is 4 lakh. So 90% of the work certified. In the previous problems, they were giving us cash received, and based on the cash received we were finding out what is the work certified. But in this problem they've given us work certified, and they have stated 90% of the work certified is the contractee agreeing to pay. So the cash received amount will be 4 lakh into 90%. So 4 lakh into 90% will give you the cash received amount. So now let us jump into your contract account. So contract account for the year ending. So we will record all the expenses. So the expenses are materials 1,20,000, labor 1,50,000, machinery 30,000, and other expenses 90,000, which has been introduced into the contract. So we have taken here material, labor, machinery, and other expenses. Next, your credit items will be your contract price if the contract is completed, but the contract is still in progress because you have work not certified in the question, which states that the contract is still incomplete. So under work in progress, we need to record certified and uncertified. So the certified amount as per the question is work certified during the year is rupees 4 lakh. So we will be recording it as work certified 4 lakh. Then uncertified, which is mentioned in the question, is work uncertified at the end of the year had cost rupees 15,000 is also been recorded. Next, we have at the end of the year, the machinery was valued at 20,000. So in the previous year or the beginning of the year, the machinery value was 30,000. At the end of the year, the machinery has reduced to 20,000. So the value of the machinery is reduced, which means that there is depreciation being charged. So the difference between the beginning of the year and at the end of the year is 10,000. So the depreciation can be rupees 10,000. So the machinery at site is the machinery was valued at 20,000. So the machinery at site is at the end of the year is 20,000. Next, and materials at site were of the value of rupees 5,000. So materials at the end of the year, or it can also be written as materials at site, which is valued at 5,000. So now when we total up our debit items and our credit items by work in progress, machinery at site, and material at site, gives up the total of rupees 4,40,000, which is higher than your debit items, that is all your expenses and your assets. So the difference is in your debit column. So when the difference is in your debit column, it is usually your notional profit. So your notional profit, what are you getting, is 50,000. So now we will decide what is the percentage of profit will be transferred to profit and loss account and how much has been transferred to your reserves account. So to calculate that, so the notional profit is 50,000. So this 50,000 will be transferred to your profit and loss. Your notional profit is 50,000. So we will find out the first step, what is the percentage of work completed. Based on that, we will decide how much to be transferred to your profit and loss and reserves account. So from your notional profit, the formula or the percentage of work completed formula is work certified divided by contract price. Your work certified in the problem or the question is 4 lakh. Your contract price as per the question is 10 lakh, so which is stated in the question, which is 10 lakh. So contract work certified divided by contract price will give you the percentage of work completed. So 4 lakh work certified divided by contract price 10 lakh will give you 0.4 into 100, which will give you 40 percentage. When it lies between 40 percentage, that is more than 25% to up to 50%, the formula will be notional profit into 1 by 3 divided by cash ratio, or cash ratio formula is cash received divided by work certified. So here we will use that formula. So the working notice transfer to profit and loss account, notional profit into 1/3 into 90%. As I've told in the problem, they have clearly stated 90% of the work certified has been approved or received from the contractee. That means the cash received is 90%. So their percentage is directly given. If percentage is not given, then you will use cash ratio formula, which is cash received divided by work certified. So notional profit into 1 by 3 into cash ratio. Notional profit is 50,000 into 1 by 3, because it is 25 to 50%, that is why it is 1 by 3 into 90%, which will give you rupees 50. So you will be getting 15,000. So 15,000 is the profit which will be transferred to your profit and loss. So out of your notional profit, which is carried down, which is 50,000, out of it 15,000 is transferred to your profit and loss. So the balance 50,000 minus 15,000, which will give you 35,000, will be transferred to your reserves to complete the contract. Next is, they have asked us in the question, and now they have asked us in this problem, prepare contract account in the books of Tickter, which we have done, and also show various figures of profit that can be reasonably transferred to the profit and loss account. So the various figures where we can transfer reasonably to profit and loss account are, we can use various formulas. So like notional profit into 1 by 3, notional profit into work certified divided by contract price into cash ratio, notional profit into work certified divided by contract price. So you can either use all these three methods. So this is nothing but your formula which you usually use, notional profit into 1 by 3 into cash ratio. So this formula is divided notional profit into 1 by 3 and notional profit into 1 by 3 into cash ratio, then notional profit into work certified divided by contract price into cash ratio. Usually firms follow notional profit formula, which is notional profit into 1 by 3 into cash ratio. So these are the formulas also being used by certain firms. So now the first one is notional profit. Other figures that may alternatively be transferred to profit and loss account may be computed as follows. Notional profit into 1 by 3 is the first alternative which you can use. So your notional profit is 50,000 into 1 by 3, which will give you 16,667. So this level of profit also can be transferred. It is based on the firm's decision to be transferred. Next, the other formula is notional profit into work certified divided by contract price into cash ratio. So your notional profit is 50,000, your work certified, which is nothing but to find out the percentage of work completed. So that formula has been introduced here. 50,000 into 4 lakh is your work certified divided by contract price 10 lakh into cash ratio 90%, which will give you 18,000. Then the third alternative, notional profit into work certified divided by contract price 50,000 into 4 lakh is your work certified divided by contract price 10 lakh, which will give you 20,000. So these are the various profits which can be transferred to your profit and loss by using different alternative formulas for calculating the profit to be transferred to your profit and loss account. So this method or these formulas will be used only when they ask in the question to show the various figures of profit that can be reasonably transferred to profit and loss account. Otherwise, we would use a standardized formula, which is notional profit into the percentage. It can be 2 by 3 or 1 by 3 based on the percentage of work completed into cash ratio. So the next problem is problem 4.6. The BBA construction company undertakes large contracts. The following particulars relate to the contract number 125 carried out during the year ended on 31st March 2016. So work certified by the architect is given. Cost of work not certified is also given. Plant installed at site is given. Plant valued at on 31st March 2016 is given. Materials sent to site. Labor establishment charges. Wages accrued on 31st March 2016. Direct expenditure. Materials on hand on 31st March 2016. Materials returned to stores. Direct expenditure accrued. Contract price. Cash received from contractee. And they have asked us prepare a contract account for the period ending 31st March 2016 and find out the profit. It was decided to transfer 2/3 of the profit on cash basis to profit and loss account. So with this information, let us prepare our contract account. So now let us get into the contract account. So contract number 125 account for the year ending 31st March 2016. So now we will record all your expenses and other things which has been introduced into the contract in your debit side, and the outputs as well as the incomes what is being gained in the contract will be recorded in your credit side. So materials sent to site, your materials sent to plant installed at site will be in your credit side, which is 11,000. I'm sorry, plant installed at site it is. So plant installed at site, which will be 11,300, will be taken in your debit column. Then materials sent to site, which is 64,500, will also be recorded in your debit side, so which has been sent to the site. Usually contract happens at the site. Then labor charges, establishment charges, wages accrued on 31st March 2016, direct expenditure, materials on and on 31st March 2016, materials returned to stores, direct expenditure, and contract price, cash received. So all these alternatives will be treated now as per the items which will be classified into debit and credit. So in these items, work certified by architect, cost of work not certified, and your and materials returned to stores, contract price will appear in your credit side. Then we have material on hand, that is the closing balance will also appear in your credit side. So material on hand and materials returned will also appear in your credit side. So the debit items are plant installed at site, where then we have materials sent to site will also be a debit item. Labor establishment charges, wages accrued also will be in your debit column. Direct expenditure also in your debit column. Materials on and on 31st, this will be in your credit side because it is a closing. Material returned to stores from site, it is been going out, so it will be in your credit side. Direct expenditure accrued will also be in your debit side. Contract price in your credit. Cash received from contractee will be accounted, it will be shown in your contractee's account. But in this problem they have asked us only to prepare a contract account to show the profit to be transferred to your profit and loss account. So now let us prepare. So this is your contract account. Two materials sent to site 64,500 as per the question, which is 64,500. Then we will take labor 54,800. So labor is taken 54,800. Then establishment charges 3,250. Then after your establishment charges, we will take wages accrued 1,800. Direct expenditure. So wages accrued 1,800. Direct expenditure 200. Then we have in the question the direct expenditure, which is 2,400 is also taken. Direct expenditure 2,400 is taken. Next, direct expenditure accrued on accrued on 31st March, which is 200, which is also taken. Direct expenditure accrued, which is 200, is also taken. Then plant installed at site, which is 11,300, which is come into the site, that is working place, which is 11,300, which is taken by to plant at site 11,300. So all the expenditures as well as the input which is come into the contract has been there recorded in your debit column. Now the credit items are whichever is gone out of the site and the value of assets at the end of the period. So it is first work in progress. Under work in progress, we will classify work certified 1,43,000 and cost of not work certified 3,400. So which has been classified under work in progress, certified and uncertified. Next we have materials on hand, which is your closing balance 1,400. Then material returned to stores 400 is also taken here, where materials returned 400, material in hand 1,400. Then we have value of plant on 31st a value of plant on 31st March 2016, which is 8,200. So this is the value of plant at the end of the year. So by plant at site 8,200. So when we total up your debit and credit items, your credit items appears to be more than your debit item. So the difference what you get in your debit is your notional profit carried down, which is 18,150. So now we will decide out of this notional profit 18,150, how much will be transferred to your profit and loss. So to find out, we need to find out the percentage of work completed to find out whether 2/3 will be transferred or 1/3 will be transferred. But in this problem they have given us, it was decided to transfer 2/3 of the profit. So it is simple for us. So notional profit into 2/3 into cash ratio. So cash ratio is a percentage of cash, how much are you receiving. Have they given the percentage of cash ratio? No, but they have given us cash received from the contract. So you can use the formula here. So which is cash received divided by work certified. So cash ratio formula is cash received divided by work certified. According to the question, the cash received is 1,30,000. So 1,30,000 divided by your work certified, which is 1,43,000. So which will give you 11,000. So out of notional profit of 18,150, 11,000 is transferred to profit and loss account, and the remaining will be transferred to your reserves, which is 7,150. So this is the end of this problem. Thank you everyone. The other problems will be discussed in your upcoming videos.